Hey, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Welcome in, Sister Sunrise. Welcome in, everyone.
Greetings, peace.
Peace and bliss. Welcome, everyone. Got a G stylist, 5G. Welcome in. As we wait for more folks to trickle in, we
Morning, how are you? I think that's me. It's coming up Motorola, you said?
yes, Grand Rising.
Let me rename. I don't know why it's doing that.
All right.
Greet all, and I will rename myself.
Thank you.
Amos as opposed to Motorola.
See you later. All right, just have to send my husband off. Have a great day. All right, go ahead, pen and paper. We will be having a discussion today. Greetings, sister. Welcome in, welcome in. Go ahead and grab your beverage, tea, coffee, your water, pen and paper. We're going to be doing some reflecting, a lot of discussion. Greetings, Sister Muonja. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, go ahead and grab your materials. We'll get started here in minutes. Okay. Oh, okay. I see you now. Sister Andrea, welcome in.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
Welcome, Wu family. Welcome back. You are a reoccurring member, and welcome to all the new members. Alrighty, Sister Latifa, thank you for joining. All right, so our topic today is attracting love with an open heart. Right? As I mentioned, this is a discussion, so I want you all to feel free to have your voices heard off of mute so that we can be in community together as we discuss love. All right. As I mentioned, if you are just coming in, we are grabbing pens and paper so that we can just take a moment to reflect from time to time. So, first question for the group. What does love mean to you? Okay, when you think about the word love, when you think about the meaning of love, what comes in? Either raise your hand so that we can see you in order. All right. Yes, Sister Michelle.
Grand Rising Group family. Nice to be with you. When I think of love, I think of acceptance. And I think of my grandmother because she loved me unconditionally. She accepted me just as I am. It didn't matter if a good day, a bad day, whether I was. And I knew that from when I was little. She used to say, "You are my eyeball. You're my everything." And there was no judgment. Yeah, sometimes I did something that she disapproved, and of course she's gonna scold me. But love, and acceptance is what I think of when I think of the word love.
Thank you. Acceptance, unconditional love, non-judgment. Absolutely.
Next
Yes.
up, we have Sister Asia.
Yes, greetings once again. Question for a Wednesday AM. Especially because my former boyfriend called from a whole year ago. I'm like, what do you want? Anyway, so love to me and Professor Marilyn too, I believe it was last week. It was a really great discussion. I mean, she laid it out. So, but I said last week that love is effort and work and diligence. So I don't know if that says anything about my beauty, but show me. And thank you. And I definitely concur with Sister Michelle. Non acceptance. Ah, that's nice.
Yes. So love is effort, right? Love is effort. Love is working. It's moving. It's constantly moving. And so when we think about all of these definitions of love or these that we hold for love, we one have to recognize that love means something different for everyone. And times when we find ourselves being in love or sharing love with another person, we also when love looks different, right? When we receive love or give love to a person who have a different love language, as they say. And so love is also versatile. It's flexible. It's adaptable, right? Thank you so much. For me, it is safe and warm, Tiffany said. Yes, love is kindness and positive vibes. It is energy. Absolutely. It's moving. It's constantly feeding us and fueling us. Right? Next question. You can either take a couple minutes to write about, or again, you can have your voice be heard in the space. How has the presence or absence of love shaped who you are today? So it's how has the presence slash absence of love shaped who you are today? I know that's a loaded question. Give you all a few seconds to gather your thoughts and really reflect on this point.
That is a deep one, Dr. Shola. Can I jump in? I I would say for me, and going back and kind of like, how and going through life and thinking about life and how where we've been and what we've encountered. I think recognizing the places where and the periods of time where love has been, I won't say absent, but not necessarily in the form that we needed it or that I needed it per se. So I think, and when I think back in terms of being raised in a traditional Nigerian household, love is providing food on the table. Love is providing shelter, providing clothing, That is how, especially from the male perspective, that is how love is expressed. It's by taking care of the responsibilities of the father, of the husband. So it's more of a responsibility thing. And so what may happen in those type of situations is as a child, what you may not receive is that love energy of closeness and intimacy and being told that you're loved and appreciated. And I know for us and just reflecting right now, um and growing up in that household, when now I have children and grandfather is expressing a whole different kind of love to the grandchildren, it's like, wait a minute, who's this person? Right? Who's this dude who smiles and welcomes the grandchildren and hugs them and so forth and literally me and my brothers and sisters were like, who is this man? So now I'm talking about my dad. But we knew he loved us, right? Unconditionally, right? But his way of presenting it um was different. And I think in terms of how it shaped me today, I am much more expressive with my child around this issue of love and making sure that she knows that it's not just a love of taking care of her or taking care of my responsibility as a father, but that there's just this great affection that's always right there. For who she is. And I think I also bring that into my other relationships, my friendships as well, to let the people know who are close to me that they are appreciated and that they are cared for and that and so and I get that from understanding what it means to not have that being expressed. So that's my contribution. I'm complete.
Mm, thank you, brother Sam, dad. Yes. So speaking to the love that is modeled to us as children and our youth by our parents. And for them, a lot of times love looks like duty. Love looks like responsibility. Love looks very practical. I care for you, I provide for you, or I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't give you these things, right? But then we also speak to maybe the affection that we need, right? Maybe it is known, but how is it told in very vulnerable, affectionate, intimate ways? And so what best as is us looking out at our lives and when we get older, being more expressing the love that we have for people in our life, whether it's giving it to our children, whether it's showing up for our friends and family in a loving way. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, I know my parents love me, but they don't say it. And so, does that matter, right? Does it matter that we hear the I love you in order to know that we are loved, in order to feel that love? Hmm. I see some comments in the chat.
Some says, show love by caring, listening, and helping people to be their best selves. It's joy in good times and pain/empathy in moments of challenge.
Hmm.
Um, Sister Tiffany shares that I've experienced both the presence and absence of different types of love. Love of my parents, love to siblings, friends for my children, and intimate partners. I've experienced tough love, love with rules, passionate love, limited and limitless, etc. I think love looks different based on the relationship.
Yes, thank you for that, Sister Tiffany. Thank you.
And Sister
Right, it's
Latifa is up
uh,
and ready. Go ahead, Sister
yeah.
Latifa.
Peace and blessings. Thinking about the presence of love from my mom and the rest of my family, it shaped me to be a person that gives without looking for something in return, to feel in my heart that I want to be with this person, oh, that I want to do more. And it shaped me to be a listening person, someone who takes their time to listen to this person I say I love, not only to provide the material things, yes, doing, but the things that can't be seen but are felt. That as I have these tears in my eyes of how I'm loved and how I've been loved, and it makes me feel so good. Thinking I'm doing the same things that I received, to forgive someone who hurt you deeply and to talk to them, not right then when they've hurted you, but to wait. And what is it that caused you to do A, B, and C? Or do you realize that when you said such and such caused me to feel a certain way, and say how it caused me to feel, and to listen and to understand? And it's a warm place to be for me. It's a place where I just want to hug and be
Mm,
hugged. Son, as I was coming downstairs just now holding the computer, he thought that you all could see him. And I told him, no, I have it off. But when he called me and said, oh my gosh, it just made me feel loved. I want to
mm,
share that love
mm.
with me to share.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Oh my goodness. How beautiful. How there's there's a gift from love. When we receive love, that warmth, that safety, that comfort, that joy, that deep, deep joy, it is truly a gift to and not only do we receive it, or when we receive it rather, we also have it to give. And you said that, Sister Latifa, where you can give love because people have poured so much into you, you can give it back. And so I also want to bring in the aspects of pain and hurt, right? Sometimes when we love someone and they do something that hurts us, that can make us close off. If we experience some type of betrayal, that can make us feel like we need to protect our love, restrictive with our love because it's been taken advantage of in the past. And so that creates for some people a hardened heart where they may have difficulty embracing love in the future. Even if there's somebody comes into their life who is loving and who is caring and accept them unconditionally, see it. And so when we are talking about attracting more love, it is going through the forgiveness, forgiving people who have hurt us, forgiving people who have betrayed us, who have hurt our trust. Because when we don't forgive, why, right? In a way, we attract more pain. It's almost like a loop. I don't know if anybody here has kind of experienced this before. And if you have, you can go ahead and just raise your hand. But feeling like you're in a loop where the people who keep coming into your life, they disappoint you. And you're like, what is this? Why is this happening? Sometimes it speaks to that need back and to forgive. Every time somebody hurts you, it's an opportunity for you to forgive. Not so much an indication that, you see, this is why I have to close off because people are going to hurt me. No, lesson coming back around to give you another opportunity to face it. Right. And so when we think about opening up and staying with an open heart, the love, but also the pain to flow through us. Right? I see Sister Asia, I desire and love freely. Right? That is an actionable process. Letting go is a process. Forgiveness of self, it requires forgiveness of other people. It also requires releasing of our emotions. Yell, scream, lay in the grass, let it go. Your heart can be as light as a feather, as they say, right?
Can I jump in real quick, Dr. Show? So I just want to read some stuff from the chat, and then I also want to have a contribution. So starting off with Sister Cassandra, she says, if I had to choose, show me. You can keep your words. This was when we was talking a little bit about, what love is and what it means to us. Sister Tiffany said, yes, Latifa, love is respectful. And Sister Asia said, that's me a little. And then she also says, I desire to let go and love freely. Sister Tiffany says, it's taken me years to understand that love and forgiveness do go hand in hand, but they are different types of forgiveness. The most, the most important love is self-love. Without self-love, it is difficult to love others and be loved properly. Fi said, what about white peoples? I'm struggling. I am struggling with that. Oh, I'm struggling with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just want to respond a little bit to, and I'll finish reading the chat in a second, actually. Let me go ahead and finish reading and respond to the chat. I think for me, understanding release, is, being able to release things and release people from our entanglements, for me, has allowed me to be able to not close off, when things may not necessarily go the way that we think or we want them to go, right? Being able to release and let people go, understanding that we are all these powerful, independent beings, and each of us has a different path. And sometimes our paths are just to come together for a brief period of time to connect, to learn a lesson, to teach a lesson, and then we need to continue with our process. And other people also have the ability and the right and the need to continue on with their process. So being able to release people when, again, when we may have expectations and they don't go in a particular direction, being able to release them without anger, being able to release them um, without regret, right? And staying, someone mentioned, self-love is the most important. I think when you do have self-love, it is possible and more viable to be able to release people because you're still and you're still intact. You're still who you are. You still have that. The greatest love is the love that you have for yourself. And so that still remains in place. And then you can freely share again as you encounter others. So I just wanted to share that.
Mhm. Thank you. Yes. With self-love, we become love. And this is part of the meat of the subject is that we are all love. Being present in this experience, in this existence, is an act of love. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we start to seek love side because we don't know and we don't feel that we are loved. And so, yes, when we have that self-love, that affirms that I don't need anything from anybody else because I'm whole, I am complete here. It's when we look for other people to potentially fill a hole, when we look for people to give us the love that we never had. What happens when they take it away? We feel empty again. And so it's about filling yourself up with love through understanding that you are always loved. So even when it comes to different types of people, able to recognize more so that you are loved and therefore you are all accepting. You exist, you are here, you are present. And when you think about, let's say for white people, them, it couple of things. One, and I know somebody said we have to do a week-long series. I agree. Pain and trauma wrapped up in the relationship between Black and white. And right, on one level, it's recognizing that there's no separation. Black and white are, but when you come down to it, there is such a purity in just the existence of another person. And if you that, that's a signal for us to say, okay, there are some things in me that I have not yet released that need to be. And so if we're holding on to grudges, if we're holding on to betrayal, if we're holding on to pain and disappointment, it's going to show up in our inability to accept other people as they are. It's going to show up in our to even accept ourselves too, right? The things that we do for ourselves reflect in how we treat other people. And so if there are aspects of, let's say, white people that you hate, right? Let's go there. If you hate aspects of, I would ask you to turn and look at yourself and say, what aspects of myself do I hate? So there is this piece again around when you recognize that you are loved freely, no matter who it is. You exist as a free person with that. The last thing I want to say, I'm aware of time, is that when we get to a place that we understand we are loved, your heart is always. And so, yes, we are always in a space of vulnerability because our heart is always open. Our hearts don't actually close. What happens though is that our armor are thicker, right? And so we experience a pain, we experience a hurt, armor. We experience it again, we tackle more armor. Every trauma that we face creates another layer of, but the heart never closes. And so again, it's peeling back the layers of that armor, letting armor, knowing that if you let it go, you can be hurt again. You can experience, not feel well, but because you are a well of love, because you are always existing being, it's not going to take anything away from you permanently. Again, you may feel this, feel sadness, but those are feelings and they come and go. And so when we allow ourselves of our experience, which is pain, suffering, sadness, as well as joy, happiness, excitement, that makes us a full person, but it does not take away from the fact that we are loving beings. We are attracting love with an open heart. Remember that your heart is always open. And if you need to, work to peel layers so that you can experience the fullness of all that you are. Any questions, anything in the chat that we need to attend to before we close out?
Yes, definitely. Comments in the chat. And again, Sister Tiffany said we need a week-long series on this. And I think her title for is Dear White Peoples, to deal with that issue. And I want to respond to that. But also from Facebook, we do have a few comments. Sister Florence says, love and hate cannot exist in the same space. If we truly love, we cannot hate. Completely co-sign with you on that, Sister Florence. Sister Tiffany from Facebook, Sister Kaisha, she says, that question reminds me of the scene in Fences where the son asked his father if he loved him, and Denzel Washington's character explained all the ways he showed love through his actions rather than giving love through words or touch. The father was offended that the son even asked that question. And then she also added to that, my mother did not feel love from her parents, so she turned to love Mita all the way up for me to make sure I didn't feel how she felt as a child. I saw actions of love from my grandmother, but she didn't say it often. And Sister Tiff, I think, relates that she could relate to that. There was a generation of people who believed as long as they provided, they did their job. Looking at the time removed from chattel slavery and sharecropping, providing for one's family and bringing home money was a badge of honor. And I think that is where the offense came from. Now that we know better, we know it's more than providing. We expect and deserve more. And with that, the chat is complete. Um, Sister Michelle has her hand up. So, Sister Michelle, please go ahead. All right, Sister Michelle, if you still want to go, please unmute.
Mhm. I'd like to say the more that we identify and recognize that we are, um, and we identify that we are love, just as we know we are God, the fact that it's coming or being expressed from another matters less. I've was my boyfriend for, I think this is going on 7 years, and maybe once. I'm just giving him that one, but as far as I can remember, he is love you. I say it. The most I get is ditto. And I said to him one time, if you ditto me one more time, but I know that he loves me. He shows it. He's giving, he's caring. He's a good person. And at some point, though, I would have liked, still, it would be nice to hear, I love you. But I know sometimes people don't have the ability to give us what we need, how we need it. I decided not to make it matter. But it doesn't matter if he ever says it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm complete. But I know that I am loved. Period. God loves me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
And myself of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm complete. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sister Michelle. Yes. Speaking to acceptance, right? Acceptance of others and how they express their love, right? And again, just being able to experience people as they are without expectations. Had you had the expectation that he is supposed to say, I love you, you would have been fighting a fight with yourself mostly, right? Because that's your expectation. Allowing him to exist and to receive how he loves you in his way, it sounds like that it has been fulfilling. And because you have your love, yes, because you have the love for yourself, it doesn't take away from you. Thank you, Sister Michelle. Yes.
Does anyone else have? I do want to one response to Sister Faye as far as the what about white people question. I think you've already answered it, but I do want to share an experience that for me, I had to come through that process recently because again, I in my space, I encounter, but and when I do my healing work, it's usually in our community, and so I'm also starting to do healing work outside the community, and we had a workshop about 2 weeks ago, and one of the things I had to do was work on someone who was going through a lot of grief, and it was a white woman, and it was very. I felt the first tension within myself, because the practice that we were doing is something called supportive release, where you actually have to hold the person, and it was like the first time I've done that with someone outside of my community, and I had to kind of work through that of like, this is about love and showing love and giving love freely to people who need it, right? And so kind of getting beyond myself, but also not just beyond myself, but also incorporating myself to understand that this is about that at a certain point in time we're just beings, and it's not about necessarily the color, but it's about being of support and being of help to other beings. So in that context, I was able to move through that ability to show love and express love to folks that we may not always normally want to show and express love to. But when we get to the point of, like you said earlier, and when you understand that you are loved, then you move beyond that and just give love as is required. And I'm complete.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking to the armor that comes up, the defenses that come up, and then pulling back and peeling back that layer. Right. So there's a lot of learning that we have those experience of resistance. When we find that we step out of our natural state, which is love, that helps us to reorient back to love when we are able to face it. Thank you so much, everyone, for your beautiful shares and your vulnerability and your attention. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Show, are you complete?
I am complete. If all hearts and minds are clear, we may close out.
All right.
What
Just
more?
to
So
add,
I'm not complete.
just
Thank you.
just to add one more aspect to the the white people thing. I think a lot of that too is inherited programs, genetically and mentally. I think it's something that's probably passed down from a previous ancestor, well, that we have the beautiful opportunity to transcend and go beyond and get of rectifying that trauma that exists within our genetics, as well as pave it forward for the next generation to be able to not have that be a part of them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Yes, we can inherit armor, right? We can inherit that trauma. And so, as you said, brother Mark Amos, aka husband, it is our birthright. Get the opportunity. We use the opportunity to transcend and to transmute it so that we can recode our generational patterns for the future. We can decode our genes so that we're not on to future generations. And so there is a level of responsibility too that comes with being loved. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I see another hand up.
Grand Rising, I think you're saying my hand. This is Cassandra, and I just wanted to add that Michelle said that sometimes we want something. Well, when she said like she can say I love you, but I love that because sometimes we have something that the other person just does not have, and so she could have missed the whole wonderful relationship because some of us want to demand something from the other person that they just simply do not have. And so I love that she just accepted that, like, because like I said earlier, I would prefer you show me than say it. So I love that thing about the white people. Because my creator is love, I have to love everybody, but I don't trust them. And so I don't really deal. I work with them, but like on the outside of that, I don't have to like deal with them like that. In other words, kind of like I can love distance, because of the trauma and the pain and different things like that. So thank you. I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes that feels safer, right?
Yeah.
But we also want to recognize that feeling safe, again, can come from us being pure love, right? No matter what anybody else, we can always come back home to ourselves. Okay. So I am offering a 20% discount on my dating coaching service. 5-minute session. That's typically $100. But if you email me, the first person to email me using Woo Special in your subject line, you will get a 45-minute dating coaching session with me where we will talk about your intentions for dating, provide different skills and tools and tips for you to approach the dating world with, and also share any intuitions that come up in our session. Okay, so the first person to email me at Dr. Shola at mbscomplete.com, see that special offer.
All All right. Thank you, Dr. Show. I think I'm disqualified from trying to apply for the discount offer. Otherwise, it would have been me. I would apply during the pre-brief that we do, and I would have taken up the spot. So please, if you're so inclined and so moved, please, sign up, and we'll give you the information that you need in 1 second with Dr. Shola's contact info. Okay, well, it's actually there. So you can reach out to Dr. Shola at mbscomplete.com. Also, if you want to contact her directly by phone, it's at 646-327-0118. At Instagram at Dr.Soul, AA underscore. All right. So Dr.Soul AA_ on Instagram. And again, by email at drshola at mbscomplete.com. Okay, so several ways to reach our sister here. All right, thank you, Dr. Shola. We appreciate your offering this morning. And in the spirit of love, our love offerings and donations to the Woo Space to help us continue to provide this work and provide this message to you 5 days a week. It does cost some level of resources, so we appreciate those who are in a position to help and do help. We can make monthly automated love offerings in the denominations of 25, 50, 75, or 100. And just use the corresponding bit.ly. So if it's a $50 donation, you can do bit.ly/RuLove50 and set it up from that point. So we thank you in advance for that, and we appreciate you. Coming up tomorrow, Thursday, November 13th, our last day of the week, the Arc of Becoming, facilitated by Sister Valerie Lyons, one of our frequent facilitators, always with a powerful message, just like every presenter that comes up here has a powerful message for us. And so that's coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and that's going to be our extended session. If we have any new members here today, welcome, welcome, welcome. Woo is a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. So we do that 5 days a week, Sunday to Thursday. And then we integrate on Friday and Saturday. So all the things that we learn and we come in contact with during a weekday, we continuously integrate, and then we start right back on Sunday. So please come back again. Join us, join us, join us. So our schedule, for those who don't know it, our Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursday workshops are our extended sessions. Those go from 7 a.m. to 8:30. And then our Monday and Wednesday sessions, our quick hitters, those are 7 to 7:30. So that's our schedule for the week. You can also find us live on Facebook, and you can have alerts being sent to you through Woo that give you daily reminders of the sessions that they're starting, who the presenter will be, what the topic will be. So to receive that, just text Woo Nation to 74121, and you'll receive those daily Woo alerts. So stay in contact with us a couple of different ways. You can register for Woo at bit.ly Wake Up Movement. Right now, we're broadcasting on both our private and public Facebook pages. We can also connect with us through our Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, at YouTube at Woo on YouTube, and email if you want to contact us about an issue, a concern, a topic. If you want to become a facilitator, if you want to become an admin and help us work woo behind the scenes and put things together, or become a main admin and read through the slides as I do, or be a Facebook admin and push us into Facebook. We have need and desire for additional volunteers. So please, if you're so called to, send us an email and contact us and help us continue to do this work. All right. And with that, let stop here, come out of it. And let us give Dr. Shola her love shower and her thanks and our gratitude for her showing up this morning and invigorating us with this idea and this concept and this energy and emotion of love. Thank you, Dr. Shola.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
So much.
Give thanks for
Much
your
needed.
family
Thank you.
energy
Thank you.
this
Thank you. Thank you.
blessings to all my sisters.
May your blessings increase.
Thanks, Shola.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for the
Thank
topic.
you.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you for holding
And
space for us.
thank you, Wolf,
Love you,
here.
whole family. Love you, love you, love you.
Sending you love and hugs.
Bye for now.
Blessed.
Bye.